would like to invite on the stage the conference director, Mr. Suhail Chugtai. Dr. Suhail Chugtai is a consultant orthopedic surgeon, a clinical director at Medical Legal Examiner, Microsoft certified specialist, project director at Medical City Online. Please give a warm welcome to Dr. Chugtai.
Very warm good morning. A little late, but I think we'll catch up. It's very refreshing to see you all. We want to set a new trend that Pakistani doctors should be as enthusiastic in advancing health as in social activities, and we are very keen to really contribute more and more, and this is just one step, one reflection of that. This session has a very prominent presence of the Royal College of Physicians, and on a personal note and from the organization behalf, we are very thankful to the International Medical Director, Professor Ali Jawad, for his personal interest into Association of Pakistani Physician Surgeons. That has been equally paralleled by Mr. Steve Crumps, who has ended up chasing us rather than we chased him for a few times to really get us on board and contribute to what he's doing for Pakistan. Thank you, Steve, for your very big endeavors for Pakistan healthcare. This session has a usual format. We'll have 5 people on the stage. So I want to invite the chairman of this session, academic session, session number 2. Professor Ali Jawad is the person. Let me introduce him first. The introduction is long, but if with your permission, I want to curtail it. That Professor Ali Jawad is the consultant rheumatologist, international medical director, and foundation training program director of the Royal College of Physicians, a very, very significant person to medical fraternity. Please welcome Dr. Professor Ali Jawad. In the middle. We have very notable presence of Pakistani medical universities in the shape and very august presence of vice chancellors. Almost 20 vice chancellors have visited UK for this purpose, invited jointly by the college and us. And I want to invite one of them to take a seat, Professor Dr. Javed Akram, the immense man, Professor Dr. Javed Akram. I have been hearing, watching, witnessing his clinical excellence when I was a medical student, and I really feel that process has not stopped, Professor. He's the Dean of Islamabad University at present. May I take this opportunity to invite Professor Dr. Amir Ghafoor, who is the advisor to the Royal College of Physicians and Dean of one of the universities, Professor Dr. Amir Ghafoor. Is JARCP, Joint Advisor to RCP? Yes. Thank you. This session cannot be done alone. I need some help. I have my colleague, Dr. Ayaz Askar, the consultant ophthalmic surgeon, here to join me on the stage. Dr. Ayaz is the ex-chairman of APPS UK. Please take seats. Before I take my seat, I'll invite. I want to also, in fact, introduce Dr. Kazim Rizvi. He will be helping us in this session as a facilitator, and he has given the backup support. And you can take a seat there, but we'll need you at the end. Thank you. So let me introduce the first speaker. We have, in fact, before we do anything here, you know, this session is not just academic. It has backing of the administration. And the administration from the highest rank in Pakistan, in UK, from a Pakistani counterpart. We have the very privileged presence of the High Commissioner for Pakistan, His Excellency Syed Ibne Abbas here, who's been as keen as ever to help us today. I invite him for a brief speech. Please.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Mr. Taimur Mirza, President, Association of Pakistani Physicians and Surgeons, APPS, UK. Of course, Dr. Sohail Chokhtai, Chairperson, APPS, London, who has been taking all the pain of organizing such a wonderful conference. Dr. Javed Akram, Vice Chancellor, PIMS, Pakistan Institute of Medical Sciences. Dr. Ali Jawad, of course, representing the Royal College of Physicians, and I'll be remiss if I do not acknowledge the presence of Steve Crump and Liz, who are here from the Royal College of Physicians. We were together a couple of days ago. And also other representatives of Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons, distinguished panelists here, and distinguished delegates from Pakistan, Gulf, North America, and of course, the United Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor and privilege to be talking to you this morning, because I think this is a dream come true, because we have been talking about it for a long time, but finally, thanks to APPS UK, that this dream has been realized. And today we are here to sort of talk about issues which are common, which are very close to us, and they will be sort of deliberated on next 2 days. So once again, let me begin by congratulating APPS UK for this medical conference here at London and at a very prestigious venue of Royal Society of Medicine, London. I am certain and confident that over the next 2 days, there will be a stimulating discourse from this platform, which will not only be useful for the participants, but organizers, and of course, ultimately, it is Pakistan which stands to gain. Holding this medical conference in London at this time is very propitious for several reasons, but two of those in my reckoning are most significant. One, this year, which is 2017, we are celebrating the 70th independence anniversary of Pakistan. So I can very briefly say that in entire length and breadth of UK, we have tried to celebrate this year because this is a milestone. And we started this year with, by participating in the London's New Year's Day parade. Then we had a fashion week at the prestigious Lancaster House. Then we had a wrapping of London buses, famous London red buses in Pakistan's brand. I'm sure some of you must have seen that. And even earlier this month, we had an Anglo-Sufi musical here in London at the Sadler's Wells, which is the most famous and prestigious venue for theatre. And last but not least, the grand finale of this year, of these celebrations, would be the bust of Qaid being erected or set up here at the Lincoln's Inn, where the Qaid was called to the bar. And unfortunately, over the last 70 years, this has not been the case, because although in this country, the tradition is that you recognize, you appreciate, acknowledge your statesmen, leaders, by setting up their statues. So that not being the case, finally, alhamdulillah, this 70th year, we'll be doing that. So that will be the grand finale of our celebration. The second reason that I think this conference is important is that UK is a country where over 14,000 Pakistani doctors Pakistani origin doctors are playing a crucial role in the National Health Service of this country. Ladies and gentlemen, on both these accounts, it is a proud moment for us at the High Commission. We celebrate the milestone of 70th independence anniversary of Pakistan, as well as we celebrate the invaluable contribution of our outstanding medical professionals here in the UK. While we celebrate the achievements of 70 years, it is also time to reflect on the accomplishments so far and goals ahead. In Pakistan's medical sector, while there are outstanding individual achievements, but on the whole, the medical sector and research and development demands a renewed focus in our country of 208 million people. In light of some of strong socioeconomic indicators, such as demography, large-scale urbanization, and fast-growing middle class, the health sector automatically becomes a priority for the government. The government is currently focusing and allocating additional funds to revamp the entire health sector in the country. The last year's initiative of the Prime Minister's National Health Insurance Program is a path-breaking development. The program, since its inception, has been expanded to 23 districts of the country for the underprivileged. The National Health Insurance Program, though, is modest at this stage, but indeed a very significant development for a country like ours, where health sector did not get the attention it merits. I am therefore happy to report that in this context, 3 weeks ago, here in London, the government of Punjab held a roadshow on the health sector. The roadshow was in continuation of the government's efforts to upgrade the health facilities in the country. The roadshow received an overwhelming response from the medical fraternity, especially from the Pakistani diaspora, which is very encouraging. Ladies and gentlemen, Government of Punjab is offering joint ventures, public-private partnerships, outsourcing, consultancy, and management opportunities of the health facilities to all those who are interested. Pakistan High Commission in London will be pleased to assist and facilitate with any queries in this context. I'm also happy to note that the Pakistan High Commission's cooperation with the Royal College of Physicians is in an upward trajectory. Dr. Ali Jawad. So we are very excited about it, and we hope in the days ahead, inshallah, we expect some very tangible results of this win-win situation. In the end, let me conclude by once again complimenting the APPS UK, and particularly APPS London and Dr. Sohail Chughtai and his team for organizing this conference, the outcome of which we will be following very closely at the High Commission. I would like to wish the conference delegates, participants, and organizers an engaging and a purposeful dialogue or discourse over the next 2 days. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.